Hey there, my name's Tammy. I'm a CPB, which is Certified Professional Bookkeeper. Today I'm here to talk to you about 5 ways that you can get paid in your business faster. So why am I talking about 5 ways to get paid faster? Recently, I was lucky enough to be in a session at a conference run by Renette Lagasse. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Clearly not French. Renette is the author of The Courageous Entrepreneur, and she's talking about building resiliency in business. And one of the analogies she made during her session, which I thought was fantastic, was cash flow is akin to having enough gas in the tank to take your car on a drive, right? As business owners, we're often focusing, okay, what's my revenue? What are my expenses? What's left over? Well, whatever you're making, you also have to factor in what's in your accounts receivable, what is owed to you that you haven't actually been paid for yet. And when we're talking about cash flow, that's what we're focusing on. So this is about 5 ways to improve your cash flow, but maybe you don't really call it that on a regular basis. So how can we get your business paid faster? Option number 1 that will help people who are accepting e-transfers: set up the auto deposit. You know you want to. Yes, get away from those nasty passwords that if you've mistyped it or you didn't quite copy it correctly, there's an extra space or something, it airs out. And if you don't put it in correctly too many times in a row, guess what? Your client then has to stop, get that e-transfer back, and then resubmit it to you. Nobody wants to deal with that. So setting up your email address or your mobile telephone number so that whenever somebody sends an e-transfer to either that email address or that telephone number, it auto deposits into your bank account is a lovely thing. There are times where I don't recommend this, and that's when you do both personal and business through the same email address or the same mobile number. If somebody's paying you back for, that bag of cat litter you picked up for them at Costco, you don't want that going into your business account. You do not want to mix business with personal. So try to use something that only gets used for your business. Option number 2, did you know that you can actually request payment by e-transfer? So if you've got one of those business owners that it's not that they don't want to pay you, they just don't take time to stop and think about paying you on time, maybe you can send them the e-transfer request that they can just click on, sign into their online banking, and it goes off to you. They don't have to stop and think about it. The con to this, though, is you're still waiting for that person to issue the payment to you. And if you stick with this video, I'm going to have a couple solutions where that's not one of your holdbacks. Option number 3, you can accept credit card payments. Now, I know not everybody loves this method because there's a cost associated with accepting credit card payments, and that cost isn't always fun. 3% can add up quickly. So what do you do about this? Well, some clients increase their prices. I have seen some charge a convenience fee for accepting credit card payments. I'll be doing a video in the next month or 2 where I talk about how do the credit card processors feel about you doing that. When it comes to accepting credit card payments, there are a variety of methods you can use. One of the simplest to set up is probably Stripe. You'll see a video in the future about accepting Stripe payments as well. Option number 4, set up pre-authorized payment plan. It's a beautiful thing. Even if you don't invoice the exact same amount every month, so if you're on an hourly basis or something like that, you can still set up pre-authorized payment plans. It might change which provider you're using to do it, but you can set it up that you send out the invoice and then they have a certain number of days to review it. After that review period is done, you will then withdraw the money from their bank account. We recommend setting this up on a consistent day of the month. Perhaps it's the 1st, the 15th, or the 30th, so that they know when to expect it coming out of their bank account. Now, you do have to get an agreement signed by your client. You need that on file in case they make a complaint against you. But that's something that you set up once, and then you're in control of when that money gets pulled and deposited into your bank account. Some solutions we see people using for this option are both Rotessa and Telpay. Rotessa, I think, is a little bit better if it's a consistent amount coming out all the time. And Telpay does allow you the option to change the amount that you're pulling from month to month. Still a little bit of a manual process, but you're in the driver's seat of when that money hits your bank account. Now, our final solution is a little bit different than the others, and it's a little bit different in how you would implement it. But one thing to consider is if you are able to charge a consistent amount to your clients, a fixed fee, they can plan better for what's going to be coming out of their bank account, and B, you can plan better for what's going to be coming into your bank account. It's kind of a win-win if you think about it. As long as you are able to consistently deliver the work and that you're not undercharging what you should be for what you're doing, watch out for scope creep, and that you're not overcharging for what you should be doing either. That's a great way to ruin a relationship with a client. But if you are able to switch to a fixed fee, you don't necessarily have to invoice, wait a certain number of days, and then withdraw the payment. You could actually set things up so that you get paid on the 1st of the month for the work to be completed that month. Now, this can make a huge difference, especially as a business scales. When I got up to 5 people on our payroll, and I switched my books from QuickBooks Desktop to Xero years ago, I noticed quickly how much money I actually put out in payroll costs and other costs associated with doing the work before I actually invoiced the client and got repaid for that money. I was also in a much better footing that if somebody didn't pay me on time, I stopped the work and I didn't have a large outlay sitting there waiting to be paid back. I was a little more in control as to what was going in and out of my bank account. And it was a game changer for how we worked as an organization. Something to consider. This doesn't work with every industry. I get that. But there are several businesses that are service related where you can charge a fixed fee and really you don't need to work the month before you actually bill the client. That's just a mindset we have, and it's easy to change. So there you have it. 5 simple solutions that you could put in place to help get money coming into your business faster so that you have the gas in your tank to go where you're trying to take your business. Now, we have some great content coming up later in the month. In the months to come. There's going to be a bit of a theme where we're talking about getting paid quickly and different aspects related to that. On our podcast, our episode that drops next week is actually talking about setting boundaries. So a bit of a different theme there, but lots of great content for business owners to ponder to try to make their lives more simply balanced and stress-free. If you like this content today, please give us a thumbs up so that we know it's helpful. And I'd love to see in the comments, what are some of the best tips you have for other business owners on how to keep the cash in the business? I look forward to talking to you next time.